Good morning. Our next article is input bias current. The circuit diagram needed is this is the symbol of operational amplifier. Inverting input terminal, non-inverting input terminal. This is output terminal. For simplicity, other pins of operational amplifier are not shown. The pins used for offset null, the pins used to supply the DC voltages for biasing purpose are not shown. As I told, for proper functioning of any electronic circuit, we need to apply DC bias. If we do not apply DC bias to any electronic circuit, what will happen? Whatever input signal is given to that electronic circuit, some portion of that electronic signal will be used up by the electronic circuit for its biasing, and output produced will not be perfect replica of the input. Distortion will occur in the output. If the input signal is a song, the song coming at the output will not be the complete song. Few beats, few words of the song will be missing in the output. If the input signal is a video signal, at the output the video will not be complete. Smaller scenes from that video will be lost. This will happen for any type of input signal if the electronic circuit is not properly biased, and therefore biasing of an electronic circuit is very essential. Unless and until an electronic circuit is not biased, it is not used for any application, and therefore biasing of an electronic circuit is must. It is very essential. If any electronic circuit is properly biased, output of that electronic circuit will be perfect replica of the input. There is no distortion, there is no loss of information. Maybe audio information, maybe video information, text information, whatever may be the information, that information will not be lost in any form if any electronic circuit is properly biased and then the corresponding input signal is applied to that electronic circuit, and we will get the output. The output will be perfect, it will be undistorted, and therefore biasing is very essential. So just similar to other electronic circuits, operational amplifier should also properly biased. Because of this proper biasing of the operational amplifier at the input stage, current IB1 flows through inverting input terminal, current IB2 flows through non-inverting input terminal. IB1 corresponding to the base current of a first transistor in the input stage, IB2 corresponding to the base transistor of the second transistor in the input stage. What is input stage? Input stage is two input balanced output differential amplifier. You know the basic circuit of a differential amplifier. It has two transistors and therefore two bases. First transistor base 1, second transistor base 2, current flowing through first transistor IB1, current flowing through second transistor IB2. Okay, So this IB1 is base current of transistor T1, this IB2 is base current of transistor T2 in the input stage of the operational amplifier. These currents IB1 and IB2 are known as input bias currents, or you can simply call this as bias current of the op amp. No need to write input bias current, you can just write bias current of the operational amplifier. Why we are calling this input? Because these are present at the input of the operational amplifier. As input impedance of the operational amplifier is very large, values of these bias currents will be very small. The bias current of the operational amplifier is given by the equation IB equal to IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2. Bias current of the operational amplifier is given by the equation IB is equal to IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2. So bias current of an operational amplifier is average of these two base currents. So whenever we select an operational amplifier for any application, input impedance should be very large. One thing, we have to select the op amp such that its input impedance should be very large, because of which what will happen, the bias current will be very small. As bias current is very small, there is no loading of any power supply driving the operational amplifier. One thing. Second thing, the input offset current problem may be reduced. For these purposes, the value of bias current should be very small. We have a variety of operational amplifiers depending on their parameter values. If the differential amplifier in the input stage is using BJTs, the input impedance may not be too large. Input impedance may not be too large. If the input stage of the operational amplifier is using JFET, junction field effect transistors, the input impedance of the operational amplifier will be large. If the input stage of the operational amplifier using MOSFETs, then the input impedance of the operational amplifier will be too large, very large. So whenever we select an operational amplifier for a commercial purpose, for any application, it should be selected such that its output impedance should be very large, so that its bias current will be very small, and the current differential, voltage differential, when nothing is applied at the input, can be reduced. For example, the commercially used operational amplifier NE356, I think, yes, commercially used. This is just one example. We have a variety of operational amplifiers. If we consider, for example, the commercially used operational amplifier NE536, if we use the commercially used operational amplifier NE536, it is found that the input impedance of this operational amplifier is 10 to the power 8 mega ohm, which is nothing but 10 to the power 14 ohm, too large, very large. If input impedance is of this value, the bias current will be very small, and the operational amplifier will be a good quality operational amplifier. Such operational amplifiers will be preferred and used for various applications. If we observe the input bias current or just the bias current of this NE536 operational amplifier, it is about 30 picoampere. 30 picoampere, 30 into 10 to the power minus 12 ampere. Too small. In our lab, we can measure the current up to microampere only, in the range of microampere, 1 microampere, 2 microampere, etc. Picoampere, 1 million times smaller than microampere. Picoampere is 1 million times smaller than microampere. It means that practically such operational amplifiers are taking zero current. 30 picoampere is as good as zero current, and therefore such operational amplifiers are quality operational amplifiers. These are preferred for almost all applications commercially, and therefore whenever we select an operational amplifier, its bias current should be very, very small. It is possible if its input impedance is very large, of this order. This is possible for this operational amplifier. This is possible for this operational amplifier because it uses the junction field effect transistors in the input stage, and therefore it is possible to have such large input impedance, and because of which the bias current will be of this very small value, just tending to 0. If we write this in decimal, it will be 0.10 times 0, then 30 ampere. Imagine how small, very, very small, just negligibly small. Okay, so this is what about the bias current of an operational amplifier. Thank you.